What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Leanne. We are on podcast, Heart-Based Community Podcast Series number 19. I did say for 18, it was 19, and I got confused in the last one, but I still did the right post with the right number, and now we are in officially 19. So it must be a lucky number for Kiki Connelly on the other side of the screen. Hi, Kiki. How you doing?
Hey sis, good you? Nice to
Good.
see your beautiful face.
So, community, I just want to give you a highlight. This podcast is all going to be about a song that my dear friend Kiki has just released online. And I saw it the other day and I was like, Jesus, wow. And going to school with her at Douglas College for a certain amount of time, met her there. And, there's something more about all of us as a unity. There is something about all of us being in the right place with the right things all the time. And so as we reflect on our own life experience, all the people that end up being in it at whatever time hold a space. And meeting Kiki was like holding space with a divine sister, holding space with good vibes and good musicians. And this is all about her music. So let's get into talking about a little bit about you, Kiki, where you're from and how you got into this journey with music. And then we'll move into your release that you just recently had.
Oh wow, it's so good to see you. It's good to be here. Well, geez, my journey into music. I feel like I'm a late bloomer. I'm just gonna block some sound here. My journey into music has been, well, we met each other at Douglas College as both mature students in the basic musicianship program, which I started just before I turned maybe my late 30s. And I think most of our class was half our age, which was kind of a cool experiment. And I met you there. And then I got pregnant with my daughter, who's now 4 years old. So I feel like starting at Douglas College was a move for me into taking music more seriously and putting it at the middle of my life. And then I got into this really intense parenting journey, which, as any mama knows, and most papas know, that it just took all my time and energy. So now she's 4, and I, yeah, I feel like I've got a little bit more bandwidth to put toward music, and I released my first song in video, kind of about where I'm at with that, with all the heartbreaks and regrets and beauty that um of my life to this point. I just had a little, like, it's like a snapshot into that. Um and yeah, I don't know. I'm not
Well,
That's kind of
when I see this video, let me just take over to help you through that.
yeah, thank you.
When I seen this video, let's role play with looking at the reality of you and your story. Your journey into with life. And life is the teacher. And then what do we use? What are our tools? What are our methodologies in order to expand more joy into our heart, our being, our reality, and just to be a part of what our soul really wants to be more like. It wants to be more expressive through life as a song, a love affair, right? And music has a way of doing that. Music has a way of opening up mathematics and scales and transformation of pitches that hit the meridians of our body to either portray a message of what life taught us or to also reciprocate just a vibrational connection in time and space. So, I just look at music in such a profound way of color and shape and sounds and life history, and each artist as they show up, including myself or my kids and you. What are we doing with that feeling? We're expanding our joy. We're expanding the consciousness that we're all engaged in within our body in order to have moments that we feel good about. And then also to talk through and to vent through life. So this song is called Fly.
Yes.
And tell us about how you named it Fly, because I had a whole other perspective about Fly and I'd love to share that, but I want to know your story about the name of it, and then like what has led up to this song. Obviously, I know it's going to be vulnerable. There's a lot of vulnerability in that song, but that's really, the beauty of talking about it is what you were allowing other people to hear and helping them to fly through.
Bless. Yeah, I guess the song for me was about, I mean, I've used music. I had a long period of I guess, hardship, addiction. I lost a lot of my life to that, and music was a reintegration. I reintegrated into community with music through choir and stuff, and the healing power of singing in community, the harmonies, the content, was huge for me, and then I started writing some music just during the pandemic was the first time I kinda engaged in writing, and this song was started out as just kind of like me giving myself a chance to write music for the first time. So it was sort of a bit of it started out as a bit of a prayer, like a dialogue with source, kind of um, talking about what I was dealing with, and the response being, it's your time to fly. It's letting go, flying. So that's where that was the seed of the song, was just kind of a conversation, a prayer, and the response from source, or the God of your understanding. So that's where the name Fly came from, was just kind of the image of letting go, release, um, transcending something. And for me, it sounds sometimes I think people interpret the song as maybe about somebody, but for me, I was writing it from a place of letting go of maybe former versions of myself, or situations that were holding me down. So I think the fly concept was like letting go of those things dragging me down, or that's my hope for my life and for my direction. So
That's powerful, because I really think that's another beautiful thing that, a lot of advanced conscious souls that are coming through their own inner awakening have a chance to relay music and sound therapy, to communicate our self-love process.
mm,
Right, we have ability to really recognize, we came alone, we're going to leave alone, who's there on the journey, and taking responsibility for all of our actions and reactions that we are engaging with each other. And then that fly, for me, when I see fly, my biggest thing with fly was like, first love yourself.
mm.
FLY, first love yourself.
Ooh, love it. Thank you.
I have so many pictures of myself where I always like, fly, first love yourself, like, but then it's so funny, like we're reflecting this, but then in the reality, as we do come to that conscious awareness, we want to reflect and fly together, because we are all one.
Mm, I love it.
Mm.
Yeah, I love the idea of like, yeah, flying, flying with others. I felt like the song, I mean, for me, it was a kind of a community song, like, let's let's do this together. Like, I fly, you fly, if you fly, I fly. That was something like a theme that we were all feeling, I think, through the video making process and stuff, because it was just my buddies in the video, and
Yeah, like who did all the sound and stuff? I was listening to like you on the piano, and then I was hearing some of these, beats coming in, and I was like, ooh, I really like that. I like how I'm feeling right now. Talk about a little bit the composition. How'd that all go?
yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to a producer named Jason Nett. He's a phenomenal composer, musician, etc. And I brought in a pretty my playing skills, piano and guitar, are pretty basic. So I brought in a basic sounding, chord progression to complement my voice. And he really filled it. Like, he just really, we did it together, but like his like adding, so many layers and sound and thickness, and was so much about his production skills. And we did it all together, but it was all like, yeah, he's a very skilled person. So I have another song that I'm working on with him right now. Um, Kind of another song sort of about forgiveness, self-forgiveness, being, letting, yeah, that's it basically. But just so I again brought in a simple sounding song on the guitar, and he's really adding amazing elements of composition and making my bridges bigger. And yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun working with Jason. He's really talented. And then for the video making, it was actually a friend put me in touch with this guy, Greg Gillespie. He's phenomenal videographer. And then my friends were all the actors, and the video concept was a bit just a shared idea. Everyone pitched their ideas, and I asked people to bring their own character forward. And so I loved seeing it. Just felt really authentic, like watching my friends be themselves. So I'm excited to do more of that kind of.
I think that that's the whole joy of life, is like we're racing this whole idea about business and competitiveness and that identity that gets part of our mind in survival mode because of the amount of competition or the amount of comparison that's in the world. And we come into a humble place when maybe we lose everything at one point, and then like we can't move away from relearning really traumatic situations again and again because the body and the mind won't give into it anymore, that we start to recognize a new way of really living. And I felt that when I was watching the music with Fly. I'm like, and the way that you're talking right now, like a real way of living is the contribution of what we're doing. And this is the heart-based community project that I've been working on, and you're a part of it now. Number 19 is this is community. We found each other. I've been busy doing my yoga. I've been busy doing all the other things, but I knew this one part of my talent in speaking and doing this for the last 10 years in public relations is this is what I can contribute to your beauty, right?
Oh,
And then whatever reach we have with it, it helps to build that momentum for you to recognize how to attract other people to hear your music, and hopefully that we're loving the process versus the outcomes.
I love that. I love that. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this is definitely out of like not my skill set, but I just like that was part of what the barrier to me putting music out there and creating music was. I didn't I don't have much of a background in music, and I thought, I can't do this. I was so limited by what I thought I couldn't do. I can't write, I can't play well enough, blah blah blah. But I think just diving into the process and also realizing that people, there's people to work with. So
Mm.
even moving forward, like I want to co-write. I need people. I need the community process, and I want to help other people's projects too. But it's nice to feel like I think I had such a big ego around like I need to be able to do more in order to put it out. And now it's like, well, if I can't do that, then I reach out, you know, and we collaborate on it.
And then there's a timeline, like, like we have our younger child years, our teenage years, our adult years. Then we have life challenging situations that allow us to say, excuse my language, I'm not going to say the F word, but F it, right? And better not to say in the air. But just the reality is just like, screw that. Screw what life can't give me. Let's do something with life. And that's where magic starts to happen. And that's what I see you did. Because like I was with you like 5 years ago, and I'm like, how many times are we all ready? And the most important thing, like even Doug used to say in class, was like, practice every day. So if
Mm.
you're a natural musician, you are singing every day, or you're on your instrument every day. You just said that you weren't good at this skill set, but there was something you were good at that was strong enough to put all these people around you and to fly. So I'd say cheers to you, sister. Know your value and know like how much impact that song had on me just listening to it. And hopefully all the viewers that have a chance to look at this video, please go out and check out that video and feel it, feel the beauty and the passion of the inner lioness inside your soul. It's like whatever life made you see, you expanded like a flower. It was beautiful. It was like a rose, and it was like aroma of the power of your spirit.
Wow. I love you. I love your use of language, sis.
Oh yeah, let's get poetic, right? We're musicians, like we've all had many scars, but it's like even with yoga, here's the funny joke about music, yoga, different aspects of life, or even when I sold diamonds, right? Even to get light through a diamond, there's so many facets. So it has to go through intense, ugly looking rocks into this beautiful, sparkling mineral to reflect light. And that tension has to build up, and then, woo.
Mm.
And I really think that we don't recognize, in order to fly, it also takes to get ready to take flight. And so you took flight. You took flight. And the same thing with yoga, the tension of like anything with our body. And like you look at this cellular stuff I'm reading into again, it's like from one cell, it'll learn into this blood, and then it'll lead into this muscle, and it'll lead into this, the fat and the muscle, and then the bone. All of this magical 5 elements of nature. And then you're using the sound of nature to reach that 5 elements of people and asking them, please open up your wings and fly.
I love that. Yeah, I
Mm.
think there's such a, I mean, I've the trap of the shame around thinking something has to be perfect or polished, but I think there's so much story in people's whatever they're creating. The sound, their voice or the music or the art that they're making is yeah, just so much captured in that, encapsulated in that. And I know that as artists we get in our way with thinking something needs to be a certain way in order to share it. And I don't know, just say that when I put this out, I had all the fear and all the thoughts and but there's a lot of movement in releasing something and it feels like now things are moving, right? So
Mm. Well, you're
yeah.
accepting this chapter of being a part of that unity of the world that create every day, no matter what. And you've been creating since you're younger. And it's interesting how we all feel there's a timing for like when our art should be released or like how much level of perfection it has to be based on our personalities. End of the day, nothing's ever going to be perfect, but it's still important for you to feel good about releasing it. And
Mm,
all of us, either we have 10,000 posts on Instagram or we have 5. Like it's who we are. And we all grow into finding each other to expand, right? So is there perfect timing? I think there's just creativity.
I
I
hear
truly
that.
think that. Like the only perfect timing is you're growing and learning. I mean, was there a difference between you releasing this so more people could hear it, or the first time that you started to sing the lyrics and how good that felt? Because I think the initial thing of creation is where everything is taking birth. It's just so beautiful now having an opportunity for other people to feel your love.
Mm, I love that.
Yeah, feeling is the biggest thing. And I come back to like, what meditation gives us all is like in that state of nothing, we have, like you talk about, you're connecting with God and you're connecting with source energy and you're in there. You're like, okay, here I am now, and these lyrics are going to help me fly, and these lyrics are going to help me come into self-love, and these lyrics are going to help me be a part of the world, participating with my talents. And you know what, I'm ready to let people in. I'm ready to let people help me. I'm ready to let people help me through this because I really love music.
I love that. Yeah, I think I often look back thinking, oh, I wish I released, something earlier. I'm 40 years old and blah blah blah. But it's like this is the time it took, and now I'm like letting feels like a way of letting people into my world somehow, or the courage to be seen. And
And
yeah.
share. And
Mhm.
you know what the interesting thing is we keep share, because the whole thing about sharing too is that you already have a new creation that's coming. So the idea is transformation through sound. Music is a healing tool for you to feel good. And then you
Mm,
feel good because you created something. Next, I feel good because I created something. Next. And then that unity will connect and have an opportunity to need that reflection of what you said. What you said in the song, they're going to need that. Whoever's going to reach that, and whoever the universe wants to reach that, will have an opportunity to be a part of you. They're going to be a part of you now because you're a part of them and you're just helping them through your lyrics.
oh, I love that. I love that intimacy. I love that. I mean, just and that's what I love about people sharing and hearing people's yeah, I love sharing what I've got. I love being a witness to other people's process because I love the intimacy. I love that vulnerability that it's taken me a long time to be willing to share it.
Mm. And we have our chapters, right? We have our seasons. We have our abilities to be receptive and open to whatever this Almighty is giving us a chance to feel darkness and light,
Mm.
and that humility it takes to be human in order to express. And I commend you for being a part of that. So, what are your plans with this song now? You released it on YouTube? Is it on Spotify? Is it where else it is?
Yeah, it's funny because I sort of released it by accident. Which is good because I think I probably would have held on to it too long. My dear friend Chelsea Rosem created an Instagram page for me, and then she put it on there, and then it was like, "Oh, it's already out." So then I uploaded it on YouTube. So now I need to just put it on some more platforms, but I didn't have a necessarily a longer vision. My vision, I have a couple more songs I'm going to release soon, and then my dream is to get some funding to, record an album is the
I
hope.
say just like keep looking into Music BC. There's so much there. Get involved. Creative BC, Music BC. From my journey after I left Douglas, and I was looking into myself, and I was looking into my kids, and there's so much there. If that can be of support to you, and just this video is another reminder. All of us that are on this journey, and Music BC, I'm a huge fan of whatever the government funding is that's coming through there. They have government grants, and you got to be on time, but you know, go with the flow, with still knowing that when you wake up to music, that it's the music that you love. That was in a movie I just watched recently on Kuala. Kuala was like an Indian movie that was done. Is like really sad because there's a lot of pressure on some of these artists that were put in the movie, and they were classically trained. When they weren't hitting the right note, that daughter had to go out and into the cold until she could sing the right note, and she wouldn't make a mistake in front of her mother. And then there was this homeless beggar that sang better than her, that her mother favored. And I just look at like, you
Wow.
know, what are we really doing music for? Music is an art of healing. Music is an art of expression. Music is an art of the divine within, celebrating life. And why do we want to make people suffer through it? So if you get any insights here from your journey, and as you go through knowing that you love music, I'm only hoping and praying, because I met you and I met how wonderful of a human you are. And like you said, you recovered from one chapter of your life. That was a chapter to learn about darkness. Then when you're coming to light, you can acknowledge your darkness. So there's a mastery there of being vulnerable as a human being, that now you can use the benefits of psychology through your lyrics to truly help people through music, and you can heal them with that amazing gift that God gave you, the divine gave you, with your voice, you know. And I feel that's what that song Fly did for me. I was just like, oh my God, I got to interview her, man. I got to just put myself in there. I got to reflect. I got to like live with purpose.
I just feel like that's my prayer, is that, because otherwise it's just a crazy ego trip for me. I mean, just life in general. It's like I just want to, the music to use for healing for myself and others. So I'm so grateful to hear that
No, keep doing
that
it. My only
impacted
suggestion is
you.
keep doing that. Keep bringing that same momentum every day, and
Mhm.
allow yourself to explore those other skills. You know, we have so much to be grateful for, but I really see that if the universe gave you that gift of that song, it's also going to give you the gift of the people like me that showed up to do the interview. It's also going to give you the people that will get you on a stage to perform it. You know, trust in that flow, trust in your ability to have that beautiful gift. Because remember, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
I love that. I love that because I think it's like accepting the blessings and then trusting them too. Like, this, and then I've been offered a couple gigs coming up, like dream gigs about sharing the song. And instantly I'm like, oh no, 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 I don't know. Like if I'm ready for that. So it's like, yeah, trusting the unfolding of all that stuff.
Mm. Well, I can't wait to see you. And audience, we're going to attach a link to this video where you can have a chance to experience a moment. And I humbly request anybody in this world of music, if it's earphones you have on, or you have to have a silent room, take time to just close your eyes and go on a journey. See the video, but take a time to feel the expressions of Kiki's heart and keep flying. I really think it's a beautiful, beautiful video. I'm honored to even watch it, because I've written so much music, and then I sat with you in a class, and I've had to put things on hold because I'm a mom too. And I watch my kids right now giving me reminders. Okay, let's go do our scales or do something. But all of the music that we do has a perfect timing.
Mm.
And just keep loving the arts, because arts are really, really important as we talk about the darkness, to help transform ourselves from negative thinking, negative blocks, pain, suffering that this life can bring us. And so I commend you for being creative and expanding. And I hope to see you continue to expand in your light and be a beacon of that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
Good. So we'll drop that post below here. Kiki, anything that you want to say to the viewers before you go, and all your friends that will post this on your page? You want to bless them with any intentions or happiness, whatever you want to say?
I just want to say I love you all and I believe in you. And I think I read a quote, and this is not, I will not, I don't have it right, but the essence of it is if you're a singer or whatever, you can use it for any art form. It's like something unique about what you have is somebody's healing. So share please share and find the support to share and share your work. And it's precious. And I love you.
I
And
love you.
thanks so much, Kate.
Namaste.
Namaste, sis.
Be well.